My name's Holly Bell. I was a finalist in the Great British Bake Off in 2011 and I blog at Recipes from a Normal Mum. And today I'm going to show you something that's really rather special. It's how to make your own homemade Snickers. So I've melted half of the chocolate with 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then once it's completely molten, I'm just going to tip this into the tray, spread it about, and then I'm just going to tap the tin on the work surface and then pop it in the fridge to set. Okay, so we're going to make the nougat and you need to get organised before you make it. So in here, in the stand mixer, I've got 1 egg white. It's a large egg white and it's room temperature. So we're going to whisk this until it's at soft peaks. And at the same time, we're going to boil some sugar. Now, I've got granulated sugar in here, I've got honey, I've got some water, and I've got some liquid glucose. And liquid glucose is important because it stops sugar crystals from forming. This is going to be soft peaks, and this is going to go to 160 degrees centigrade. You do need to use a stand mixer for this recipe because we're going to be pouring the boiling sugar over the top once it's reached 160 degrees. And then whilst the mixer is on a medium speed, pour it in a continual stream in between the side of the bowl and where you see the whisk, because as soon as it hits the cold bowl, it will basically solidify. It needs to go into the egg whites. And then we turn it all the way up. And we leave it like that for 4 minutes. It will change colour, so it's going to start off quite dark and you'll probably look at it and think, that doesn't really look like nougat to me, but it's going to go lighter. So this has been going for about 4 minutes and I just want to show you the consistency that you want to get to. It's kind of this gloopy, thick nougat texture. Try not to waste any and scrape it down. Because we're making a homemade Snickers, we're going to add in some peanut butter to make the nougat. Give it a stir first to loosen it. That's really important. What I'm going to do is fold this in with a metal spoon. Now, as you know, it's just like baking. Folding action is a cutting action. Okay, and you'll see there, really nicely swirled together, which is going to give it this gorgeous flavour, and you get peanuts just sort of running through the nougat. Add the nougat over the top. Now, it takes a bit of time to sort of eke it into the corners. If you want to make this at home, then you can find all the details on the website, including the quantities for the recipe. Okay, so I've got some dry roasted peanuts, which I know sounds a little bit strange to be putting into a Snickers, but believe me, it's that slight saltiness and roasted flavour that's going to taste absolutely amazing when you get the extra layer of caramel and, of course, the chocolate on the top. So just sprinkle them on. You can use your fingers just to gently press them slightly in. So that now goes into the fridge and we'll make some caramel. And we're going to have 2 pans on the go. So in one, we've got the double cream, and in the other one, we've got the golden syrup and the granulated sugar. So I'm going to heat those sugars up until they're 155 degrees centigrade, and just before they are, I've got double cream that's been scalded in a different pan. Scalded means that it just reaches boiling, okay? I'm going to pour this into the sugar. Stand back, because this does bubble away quite a bit, and just give it a little stir with a wooden spoon, but do be careful and stand back, please. I'm going to put the rest of the cream in there now, and it will rise again. Okay, so now what we're going to do is just leave this off the heat for a while because we need it to cool down a bit, because then we are going to heat it back up to 127 degrees centigrade. So now it's at 127 degrees, take it off the heat, add the butter. It is going to bubble up, as you can see. Stir, 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 and you'll see it will start to thicken. Now leave this to cool in the pan for about 20 minutes. It's now going on top of the peanut layer. Try and do it as evenly as you can, just because it's not the easiest thing to spread because it's so sticky. So once you've got it all in to the tray, you do need to give it a little bit of a push around the edges just to get it to give those perfect layers. Give it a bit of a tap. Make sure that it's as even as possible, and then that goes straight back into the fridge, and the last layer is just more chocolate It's so easy finishing it off. It's worth all the hard work in the middle. So here I've melted the other half of the chocolate, again with some oil. That's going to make it slightly easier to cut, give it a really nice sheen as well. And then eke it out to the edges. And that goes straight back into the fridge, and then we can cut it and it's ready. Here is one of the perfect slices. Look at that, it looks gorgeous. I'd love to see if you make this. I really hope it works for you because I know it's a really tricky recipe. You can tweet me at Scoff Food or at HollyBellMummy, or you can also tag me on Instagram with the same handles. And the last thing to do really is just to pile it up on the plate. Look at that. I'm so proud of this. I don't think I've ever been as proud of anything I've made before, including the bake-off. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recipe, and don't forget to subscribe if you want more recipes like this.